As we're breathing more smoothly and as we're not holding our breath, we really get that message to the nervous system that it's safe enough to be here. And that is what allows our body to relax. We can signal things through our body and to our body, and we need to do that in coordination with the breath in order for the message to really be believed. Today, I wanted to do a couple of grounding and orienting practices using touch. So, if you wanted, you could place your hand on your heart, one or both hands. And when we do that, sometimes it's a light touch, we're just resting them there. Sometimes I actually put a little bit more pressure into it so I can really feel the support of my hands on my heart. You can feel the warmth. As you're doing that, notice what your breathing is doing. So, in this case, we're not doing a special breathing practice, but we might just breathe a little bit more deeply. Let our shoulders relax as we breathe out. Now, there's another one called the butterfly hug, where we bring our thumbs together, hook your thumbs together, bring your hands over your chest, and alternately tap back and forth. You can tap quickly, you can tap quite slowly. This alternating bilateral stimulation can be quite regulating for our body. Again, you can have a fairly firm pressure, or you could rest lightly like a butterfly would rest on a flower. Try that for a moment, see what that feels like. Another way to use touch in this sense is to place your right hand under your left armpit and your left hand on your upper arm on the right side. Relax your shoulders. And now notice what this feels like to give yourself a hug. You can do this quite smoothly, quite firmly. Really see if you could support yourself in this way. Take a few deeper breaths here too. Notice what that feels like. This particular one of the reasons we have the right hand under the left armpit, it's kind of the area of the heart. You could do a hug any way that you wanted to do it. This one doesn't have a name like butterfly hug. But just to let yourself feel into that. What does it feel like when I give myself a hug? Rub yourself reassuringly like you might somebody else as well. Let yourself feel into that. And then we could always come back to holding our hand, which we did earlier in the week. I love that one. It feels really supportive. If you like any of these in particular, and we all like different things, that's something that you could make a point of practicing more or doing more. Sometimes I'd make a little note for myself somewhere where I'd see it or put it on my phone. Give yourself a hug or whatever that might be. Become aware of your whole body, do some breathing. Now let's go back to the breath. And notice we start again with that even, continuous breath where it's about the same length on the inhale as the exhale. And let your breath become quiet for a moment. Breathing in and out through the nose, unless you're really congested, then you might have to have a bit more of your mouth involved. But breathing through the nose does some really important physiological things. One is that it warms the air, so it's not as cold when it gets into the lungs. Another is that it cleanses the air, those little hairs on the inside of our nose, the cilia. And another one is that it helps to stimulate the vagus nerve that's present in our nose. So that's also another way that we can calm and become more regulated. If you were to think about sighing, we did a cyclic sighing one a few days ago. That is a deep double inhale. Let's just do that for a minute. Deep double inhale. And then a long exhale like you're breathing out through your mouth, like through a thin straw. And as you're exhaling, let your shoulders soften, let your whole body soften. Another one. Something about sighing that feels like it's releasing, it's helpful. And that particular cyclic sighing is a good reset. We're going to try a couple of different kinds of sighs now. So if you're in a coffee shop somewhere, you might have to monitor whether it's the right thing for you to do right now. But if you're in an environment where you can, let's experiment with this. If you were to think about a sigh of despair, Let yourself feel into that for a moment. Maybe bring up a feeling of despair in your body. What does that feel like? It's a little bit collapsed. There's not a lot of energy to that. And then deeply breathe in and sigh in despair. Whatever that would be for you. There might be a feeling of overwhelm. I can't handle this. Let yourself feel into that for 4 or 5 breaths. Deep, deep inhale. Let your body move a little bit. Let your body language move a little bit into that. And then now, what about a sigh of frustration? Think of something that makes you mad or irritates you. That might be you're stuck behind somebody who's driving slower than you, or you're in a lineup somewhere, whatever that might be, a sigh of frustration. So, again, deep inhale. Feel that in your body. What does that feel like? A sigh of frustration? There's something different. It's a different energy. Might be a different look on your face, a different body language. Let yourself try that several times. Deep inhales. There might be a bit more force in this one. Despair is kind of collapsed. Frustration is a bit more of a fight response or anger. You might be breathing out through your mouth more than your nose on this one. Reset back to neutral. And now let's go into a sigh of relief. Maybe something's been really difficult and you've come through the other side. Maybe you've just finished a big project. You've hit send. Oh, that feels better. That burden has been lifted. Let yourself feel into that. Oh, you can make some sounds if you want. A sigh of relief. With any of these, we might be having memories come up or something really specific. And that's fine. You can just work with that. If it gets to be too intense, you could do something like what we did yesterday. You could do some tapping on your forehead. Take your attention away from it, whatever it is that's arising, into the sound and sensation of that. You could do something to interrupt that. But otherwise, just to stay with that for another couple of breaths, a sigh of relief. Reset again. And think of a time, maybe you could bring that into your body, your experience right now, when you feel really contented. You feel safe, relaxed. What would a sigh of contentment feel like? It's a little bit similar to a sigh of relief, but it's a little bit different too. Quite a lot different than a sigh of frustration. Sigh of contentment. Maybe you're sitting at the edge of the ocean, or you're lying on a beach, or you're with your favorite people. Notice what that feels like. Life is pretty good. How do you sigh when you feel contented? Notice your body language. Now let's get back to the reset again, just coming back to neutral. And notice again the even continuous breath. Notice your body. Notice what you observed during that practice. Now let's go into some alternate nostril breathing. For this, especially if you're using your hands, you're going to use your ring finger and your thumb. You want to have enough uprightness in your spine that you can let your diaphragm move. So you could do that by sitting up. You could lay back. You could lie down. You could stand up. As long as your diaphragm can move, you can breathe diaphragmatically. Let's start right in. So breathe in with through one and then the other. Notice which is your active nostril. We're going to do that same simple pattern, several breaths on one side and then switching back and forth. So let yourself get aware of the flow of breath. We're going to follow this from the eyebrow center behind the forehead to the base of the nose where the nostrils meet the upper lip. If you want to use the sound, the mantra, you could allow that to flow in your mind. Inhaling so, exhaling hum. And then let's start with the active nostril. Next exhale, exhaling and inhale through the active nostril. Let your breath be full, diaphragmatic, ease, continuous. Next exhale, change to the other side, breathing out and in through your passive nostril. Your time, inhaling so, exhaling hum. Next exhale, switch back. Active nostril, exhaling and inhaling. Let your awareness flow from the eyebrow center to the base of the nose and back. And switch over again to the passive nostril. As you're breathing out, let your body relax. Really focus your mind. Next exhale, back to your active nostril. Let your awareness flow smoothly. Relax your hand, your arm, your neck and shoulders. Back to your passive nostril. And take your time as you're switching back and forth. We're not going to all be on the same rhythm. Let yourself feel the release as you exhale, the nourishment of the in breath. Next exhale, switching back through the active nostril now again. And see if you can maintain complete awareness of each breath, of the flow of awareness, of the sound of the mantra. And then back to the passive nostril. Bring your hand down now and follow the flow of awareness, breath, and sound in both nostrils. Notice if your breath is continuous, if you could soften it a little bit more, allow it to have more ease. We want to be breathing in enough volume, but not overdoing it. And then letting the breath go, no holding the breath. On the physical level, we're noticing the breath, and then we move to the interior, to the subtle body, to the Sushumna channel in particular, from the eyebrow center to the base of the nose and back. Let your awareness flow in that energy channel. And as you do, inhaling so, exhale hum. Listen to the sound in your mind. Let yourself get very focused and quiet. And oftentimes, the experience of the flow of awareness and the sound of the mantra gets a lot more quiet and still. This is a wonderful practice to do just as we're going into meditation, or if you have time to take a few more minutes now, that would be also wonderful. Thank you very much for being here. And tomorrow we're going to do our breathe, shake, dance practice, as we always do Saturday mornings. And I hope to see you there.